In a land far away, where the mountains touched the sky and the rivers sparkled like diamonds, lived a young dinosaur named Dasha. Dasha was no ordinary dino. She was curious, kind, and always ready to learn something new. Her name, Dasha, meant gift, and she was indeed a gift to everyone in the Dino Valley. One bright morning, Dasha woke up with a big question on her mind. How do the stars stay up in the sky? She wanted to find out, so she packed her little backpack with a notebook, some snacks, and her favorite pencil. Dasha was always prepared for an adventure. As she walked along the valley, she came across her best friend, Aruna, a friendly little stegosaurus who loved helping out. "Where are you going, Dasha?" asked Aruna. "I'm off to discover how the stars stay up in the sky," Dasha replied with excitement. Aruna tilted her head and asked, "Can I come with you?" "Of course," said Dasha. "Let's figure this out together." Teamwork makes learning fun. As the two friends walked, they met Ravi, a tiny triceratops who was stacking rocks into a tall tower. Dasha smiled and said, "Wow, Ravi, you're really good at building." Ravi beamed and replied, "Thanks. My dad taught me how to balance the rocks just right. Where are you going?" Dasha explained her big question about the stars, and Ravi's eyes lit up. "I want to help too," he said, carefully balancing a few more rocks. Maybe building things can teach us something. So with Dasha's notebook, Aruna's big ideas, and Ravi's building skills, the friends set off toward the tallest hill in Dino Valley. They knew that by working together, they could solve anything. Asking questions is the key to discovery. When they reached the top of the hill, the three friends gazed at the clear blue sky. Dasha opened her notebook and said, "Let's think about what we already know." "Stars are very far away," Aruna said. "And they shine brightly," added Ravi. "But how do they stay up there?" Dasha wondered aloud. She wrote down all their thoughts in her notebook, knowing that asking questions was just as important as finding the answers. Just then, they spotted Eleni, the wise old pterosaur, soaring through the air. "Maybe Eleni knows," Ravi shouted, waving his arms. Eleni landed gracefully next to them. "What are you young dinos up to today?" she asked. "We want to know how the stars stay in the sky," Dasha said. Eleni smiled. "That's a wonderful question. The stars are held up by something called gravity. It's an invisible force that keeps everything in place." Dasha scribbled in her notebook, "Gravity." It was a new word, and she loved learning new words. There's always more to learn. "But why don't the stars fall?" Aruna asked. Eleni chuckled. "Well, that's because gravity works differently for things in space. It's like a balance, and the stars are far enough away to stay in place, but close enough for us to see." The three friends looked up at the sky in awe. Dasha realized that no matter how much you learn, there's always more to discover. She wrote down everything Eleni said and thanked her for the help. Share what you've learned. On their way back, Dasha, Aruna, and Ravi saw their friends playing by the river. Excited to share what they had learned, Dasha stood tall and said, "Do you know why the stars stay up in the sky?" Everyone gathered around, curious to hear the answer. "It's because of gravity," Dasha explained. "Gravity keeps the stars in place, just like it keeps us on the ground." Their friends clapped and cheered. "Wow, Dasha, you're so smart," one of them said. Dasha smiled and said, "We all figured it out together." That night, as the sun set and the stars began to twinkle, Dasha sat under the sky with her friends. They looked up, and Dasha felt proud of what they had discovered. She knew that there would be more questions to ask tomorrow, and more adventures to go on. And as the stars shone brightly above them, Dasha whispered, "There's always something new to learn." The end.